Dr. Shankar Prasad, founder of Sampurna Swaraj Foundation, made a presentation on navigated learning technology, that is NLT, to the Ministry of Panchayat Raj MoPR recently during an online call conference with Shri Sunil Kumar, Secretary Panchayat Raj Ministry, Shri Vikas Anand, Joint Secretary and other officials. After presentation and discussion, Shri Sunil Kumar expressed his opinion about NLT. He strongly recommended to adopt and implement it. Please listen him.
No. Okay. So now, as I see it, first of all, I am not doctor. I am just plain Sunil Kumar. Okay, and I happen to be Secretary Panchayati Raj at this point of time.
Sure.
Now, as I see it, and my colleague here, Vikas Anand, who is the Joint Secretary, he has recently joined the ministry and will be in the ministry for a longer tenure. And he will be the one who would be in charge of RGSA, all the training which is imparted to elected representatives as well as functionaries. So that's why one had invited him for this presentation to be present here. Now, if I have to sort of give my comments on this, so yes, what you have addressed, those are real concerns, real issues. My impression after discussions with various people in SIRDs and NIRDPR was that the courses that have been designed as on date, the way candidates are selected or people are nominated to attend those training institutions, there you have everyone. You can have a person who is just primary pass, you can have a graduate, you can have a postgraduate, you can have a high school pass, all of them part of that same training group. And then in trying to achieve that bare minimum or appeal to everyone, you either make it too simple or it goes beyond the competence. So your very first imagery where you had mentioned, I think that addresses a very key question and a very important deficiency in our system as it is on date. And I think there may be some states, they may have found something, but on a scale, I think by and large, this problem still remains. And we'll need to address that very effectively, very consciously, if we have to make training really impactful. So there, I think what you have devised, what you have designed, I think that's a very significant improvement. And that is something which all states, all SIRDs, including NIRDPR, all of us can learn. The second thing is use of technology, mobile-based apps, through which people are learning, they are assessing, all those, there's a lot of value in that. As on date, if I am to personally, because there will be a lot of other things which government, SIRD, NIRDPR, they will be looking at, but personally I feel yes, this is, I'm not saying you do away with classroom training, or you do away with group, because in a country like ours, everyone needs to coexist. It's not one at the cost of another.
Agreed.
Okay, but this will really improve. Say if someone who is coming to a training in an SIRD or a DPRC, and they have already done this, then the quality of discussion, the quality of interaction, experience sharing, that will be qualitatively different than what we are or they are engaging in at present, where they are going there, spending time, spending money, and achieving a very bare sort of basic level of that should, when you are having face-to-face interaction, experience sharing, group work, exposure visits, then you should be asking a lot more sort of penetrating questions. Correct. Not just going there and coming back. So I think this will definitely add value to whatever training is being imparted by SIRDs, the sort of faculty there, and this is something which we should be promoting.
Okay.
So on that count, as far as my personal views are concerned, this is the way ahead. You are, or I think you are on the right track, and we should be promoting it. It is also there in the NCBF report, so I don't see any reason why we should not be doing that. And I think from the ministry, we should be, as far as the training portion is concerned, where the elected representatives as well as the functionaries, they get to see. Now the second part which was there, about which the JS asked the question, that and where you said there should be complete transparency, every citizen should be able to see as to where their sort of is their what is happening to them, it has been disposed of. At that point of time, I think there may be sort of state-wise, there will be certain sensitivities at this point of time.
Okay.
Whether it will be there for all times to come, that no one can say. What is sensitive today may not be sensitive 5 years down the line. We are living in a dynamic world, and what is possible today was not possible 5 years or 10 years back. But in government, we have to get over those mental blocks, and it is more in the mind than anything else.
Correct.
If we make it open, if we make it transparent in a Gram Panchayat, there is nothing which we can say ki comes under Official Secrets Act, or which is so sensitive, matters of state, that it will harm this one or that. Ultimately, it is the people themselves who have a right to know. And local government is one area where the more transparency you have, the better it is. But then states have put in place certain systems.
Correct.
Maybe Government of India too has also put in place certain systems. What you are projecting there, that may or may not sort of actually fit in at this point of time. So at this point of time, I would suggest keep your training portion, wherein the elected representative or the panchayat functionary, or even as a citizen, on those 20 domains, those 250 sort of major, then 750 micro competencies, they get a training, they get an idea. And we should say, and we should project it, that this is a basic level of understanding which people can do at their home, using the time at their disposal. Because I know that in Karnataka, they wanted to provide the first orientation training to all the elected representatives within 6 months of their election. Right. And lot of time, lot of effort went into, and they used satellite-based, they trained master trainers at every cluster of panchayats. There were, these facilities were created, and all that. I'm not saying it was not required. It was required, and but whole lot of it. With this, it is possible that a candidate, even at the time of elections or even before contesting elections, he can become aware. So then, if he is contesting, filing nominations, he can be a more informed. He will have a clear idea of what his role as a ward member would be, what his role as a sarpanch would be,
right,
or a public functionary would be.
Right.
So ideally, it is empowering the citizen. It is strengthening and deepening democracy at the grassroots level. So this training portion, and because it is available in the form of an app at the panchayat level, which a person can do at his level, it is very doable. Of course, as you had mentioned, you require a mentor. You require someone at the village level who can do it. And say 6,000 rupees a month in a panchayat is not too much.
I agree.
If any panchayat wants to do it, they can hire a person. Yes, we require a mentor. This is so useful. You help us navigate this whole thing. And it will work out much cheaper than what we are spending on training as on date. So in totality, it will work out to be sort of cost effective too. But then, as I said, this has to become a part of our year. We don't say it is replacing the other. It becomes, in the first month, you do this. Initially, we cannot make it mandatory कि you have to clear this, then only you become eligible to be sworn in as the panchayat member or as the sarpanch.
Right.
Because he has won the election, he will become a sarpanch or a ward member. But initially we can say, if you have done this course, you will be in a better year. You will have a head start.
Correct.
Okay, and then all those are matters of detail which can be worked out state by state in discussion with the actual stakeholders. It is not for me to sit and decide they have to do this in 10 days time or 15 days time or 3 months time or 6 months time. Let them decide but the message that we should be sending is that it is going to help you in performing your duty, in performing your job better. And in that, this is an aid. Similarly, SIRD and NIRD PR, we are saying don't stop doing what you are, you keep on doing. There's even that would be required. And in fact, here also, as you are seeing, as you go towards the advanced and expert level, the complexity increases.
Correct.
And that is something where maybe people in different parts, they also become contributors to the work that you are doing. Why should it be left entirely to Sampurna Swaraj Foundation and your 10 people or 12 people or 20 people whom you can sort of bring it about? Let others also contribute this. So there you are carving out a role for them, their faculty, their mentors, their sort of people who are engaged in training. Yes, you begin to contribute your videos. We are not saying we are the final word on this for the entire country at large.
Right.
But then basic structure is this. Basic use of technology is this. So we are the providers. It can be tailored as per a state's requirements, needs, sensitivities. You want your videos to be made in a different manner. Say if you are showing it in Nagaland, let there be Naga women discussing about what are the various women-related schemes which are running there. Similarly, in different parts, it will be different, but the basic structure will remain the same. Basic structure, 20 domains, 250 competencies, 750 micro competencies, and if someone wants to add more, you are free to add more. No one is stopping you.
Correct.
No one is stopping you. But as a beginning, as a starting point, this is a lot of work that has been done, and I think we should be getting in serious consultation with these, get the SIRDs and NIRD PR together. And maybe a meeting can be held in NIRD PR. Okay, and then we say, yes, we want this. Because sometimes we have to put our foot down. We have to make it very clear to both NIRD PR and SIRDs, look what you are doing, okay, go ahead, keep on doing that. But begin to use this, give this option. Say out of 7.5 lakh elected representatives in Uttar Pradesh, if even 10,000 or 20,000 do this course, basic course or foundation course or whatever, and they attend training, it will have a different flavor altogether. So I think we should be using this, finding out we need to work out the modalities, the costing, the role of all stakeholders. What would be the role of Sampurna Swaraj Foundation? What would be the role of other technology providers, service providers, whether it is NIC, whether it is anyone else, how it can be integrated. But we can find solutions to any problem. But first we must all agree, yes, this is the way forward. Right now, as an NGO, they have been working for the last 13 years and doing whatever they can. It's just out of passion. But then if we support them, yes, it can really have that multiplier effect. And I think it is perfectly doable. So give it a thought. Be in touch with these Sampurna Swaraj Foundation. Yes. If need be, you can go to Bangalore, have a meeting in Mysore where SIRD or Government of Karnataka officials and maybe others, or they can come over to NIRD PR, whatever it is, whatever you feel fit. I think we should be flexible on that, depending upon what suits or what is most convenient to everyone. Because if they're experts, if people who have been involved, if they find it convenient to have a meeting in Bangalore, have it in Bangalore. So then we make a starting. At least we get to know whatever, and even the technology service providers and others, they can also be sort of, look, this product is available. It can be customized. And Chandrasekhar Pran, whom you have associated, he is a grassroots worker who has worked in Uttar Pradesh. And if something can work in UP and Madhya Pradesh, so then it will work other places too. And you have factored it in that all these state Panchayati Raj acts and rules are different, slightly different. They need to be tailored, and so they will be making customized training modules for every state, and that will take time. It will not happen immediately. But on the basic idea, the basic sort of direction in which we are moving, we should work out a timetable. We say in the next 2 years, in the next 2.5 years, in the first phase we'll be covering these states, depending upon where work has been done. Say right now, if they have done the most of the work in Karnataka, Karnataka can be the first state to be off the blocks. Let them begin to use it. Then similarly, if we can do the Hindi thing in at least some portion, that basic or foundation course, that can be rolled out. Other courses will come later. So if we are able to bring this and we tell the states, look, this is what this has been developed under NCBF. It is approved by, we get NIRD PR and others to approve it. And say if we are looking at SIRD Mysore, Yashda in Pune and Kila in Kerala as sort of institutions which can also work to promote, prepare sort of master trainers and others. So I think we can rope them in, get them together, and then work out a timetable. And once you present that, so then we officially write to the states, okay, look, this is how it will be rolled out. Okay, so what I would suggest is that maybe in the next 30 to 45 days, 1.5 months it will take, let's have this preliminary meeting. You can send some of your people, or if possible, whatever it is, work that out, and then let's work out a course of action. This is how we intend to go about, wherein you will be going into greater details. Say those details I cannot offhand reel them out, but those details will need to be worked out. Costing will need to be worked out. Technical issues will need to be worked out. How it will be integrated, how it will be done, who will be responsible for what. All those things will need to be worked out. And if we can roll it out in 2 or 3 or 4 pilot states, say one Hindi speaking, Karnataka is already there, and any other state where they feel they can do it quickly. Okay, so then we roll them out. So then we are off the ground. And then it becomes and then we have to tell the panchayat functionaries and if you are to get an increment, say if you are a panchayat secretary, if you are to get an increment, you have to clear this. You have to be proficient in this. because we presume that just because they are a government employee, they know everything, but they don't know everything.
Right.
That Panchayat Secretary may also require training for preparing the minutes of Gram Sabha meetings so all those things also get built in. And for the account keeping, I think what is happening is that Comptroller and Auditor General, CAG, they, in consultation with this Institute of Chartered Accountants of India,
Right.
they have worked out a sort of basic online course for testing the accounting proficiencies which are required in a Gram Panchayat. And they have based it on e-Gram Swaraj. So there they will be providing that training. Any citizen, any person who is 10th pass or 12th pass or a graduate, he can enroll in that course. 3 months or 3.5 months course. And then they will get a certificate. He is proficient. He is fully sort of here to prepare the accounts of Gram Panchayat, which is in tune with what is there in e-Gram Swaraj application.
Right.
Okay. So if they are doing it, we don't have to do that all over again, because what we are providing here is sort of basic here. If you are a sarpanch, if you are an elected representative, you should know what report is being put up to you. You should be able to see what it means. If this is the receipt, this is the expenditure, this is the surplus, or this is the negative, or whatever it is. I don't know, so I'm just presuming. But for accountancy, if that thing is there, we'll build it in. But for others, we can say, look, for your Panchayat Secretary, he should also be clearing this. Make it mandatory, request the state governments, make it important that if they want their next increment, they should clear this. If they want a promotion, they should be clearing this. And right now they have done for Gram Panchayat. Similarly, for Block Panchayat and District Panchayat too, they can come up with a sort of similar training modules.
Right.
Because for Block Panchayat and District Panchayat members and their functionaries also, this should be required.
I agree with you. Yes, we had created that kind of vertical. We had created that kind of vertical architecture. Yeah, it just needs the right kind of push from the right kind of people. That is the.
So I think at this point of time, if you all agree to this, so then we can go ahead on this line. Or if you have any suggestion, then you could give to us, so that then based on that we can formulate our response.
Sunil Kumarji, I think what you spoke was what was in my mind for the last few years. I think it is very encouraging that you think exactly the way we have envisaged or envisioned what we want to do. So my request would be, whenever Mr. Vikas Anand is free, either I think we need to spend half a day either in Bangalore or in Delhi, so that we can actually come up with a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 approach. And if necessary, we need to bring here also. Whichever is easy, so that we move it forward. Otherwise, I just don't want it to die a slow death. That's the way I look at it. So.
No, I think the point which you are making is very valid. We need to act fast. We cannot just let it be in limbo for next 5 years, because nothing is static. Everything, people who are interested today, they just get disheartened and then it goes. Later, the same thing, if the World Bank comes and says, look, we have this product, and then we'll be very happy to say, okay, World Bank is giving us this and that. And here we have our own product, and we just let it die a slow death. So I don't think that would be right. So Vikas Anand, he already has your number, your email address, everything. So he will get in touch with you. He will be speaking to you, and he will be working out the modalities maybe in Delhi, maybe in Bangalore, where whatever is possible at the earliest. But I would definitely like that before 15th September, we should have a agreed template. This is how we go ahead. And once we have that, then we should be officially, a letter should go to all states under my signatures. Look, this is what has been agreed upon. And under their approved sort of annual action plan for under RGSA, let them make a provision for this. Okay. I think thank you all of you, for a good presentation. It has been a learning experience for all of us, and let's see, we'll try our best to carry it forward.
Thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you, Vikas Anand.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.